Anna had always lived in a small, quiet town nestled between the hills, where the air smelled fresh and the mornings were always peaceful. The town was so small that everyone knew everyone else. Anna had grown up with the same people, attended the same school, and worked at the same bakery where her mother had worked before her. Life was simple, but as she grew older, Anna began to feel that there was more to the world than her little town. She dreamed of traveling, meeting new people, and pursuing a career that could take her far from the familiar streets of her hometown. But there was one big obstacle standing in her way: her English. Anna had always struggled with the language. In school, English had been a subject she did her best to avoid. She never quite understood the complicated rules of grammar, and speaking it felt like an impossible challenge. Her town had no real need for English. Everyone spoke her native language, and Anna never had to use English in daily life. Yet, deep inside, she knew that if she wanted to achieve her dreams, she needed to learn. Anna had heard stories about the big city, where young people moved to follow their ambitions. They spoke about it with excitement, describing the opportunities that awaited those who were brave enough to take the leap. The city, she had heard, was full of companies that offered jobs to people from all around the world. But there was one requirement that almost every job listing had in common: the need to speak English. For years, Anna had put off learning English, thinking that perhaps it wasn't as important as people made it out to be. But as the years went by, her desire to do something greater, to step outside the boundaries of her small town life, only grew stronger. She had reached a point where she couldn't ignore it anymore. If she truly wanted to make her dreams come true, she had to face her fear of English and conquer it. One rainy afternoon, Anna sat at the kitchen table in her modest home, a cup of tea in her hands. She looked at the notebook in front of her, the pages filled with English phrases she had written in her attempt to learn over the years. She had tried a few times to study on her own, but it always felt like the words just wouldn't stick. She thought about the future, about the city, and about all the things she wanted to do. She knew the first step was learning English. It was her key to everything she wanted. That evening, Anna made a decision. She would not wait any longer. She was going to move to the city and learn English properly. The next morning, Anna packed her things. She called her mother, who was sad but supportive of her decision. "I know you'll do great, Anna. Just remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The important thing is to keep trying," her mother said. Anna smiled and promised that she would. The bus ride to the city was long, and as the landscape outside the window changed from rolling hills to tall buildings and busy streets, Anna felt a mixture of excitement and fear. The city was so different from the calm town she had known all her life. The streets were crowded with people, the traffic was overwhelming, and the noise was constant. But at the same time, Anna felt a sense of possibility, like she was standing on the edge of a new chapter in her life. Once in the city, Anna found a small apartment in a quiet neighborhood. It wasn't much, but it was a start. She found a job at a local cafe where the staff spoke mostly in English. It was the perfect environment to practice. Her first few days at work were difficult. Anna could barely understand the customers, and she often stumbled over her words. She was embarrassed to speak, but she knew that she couldn't let fear stop her. Every day she forced herself to speak to the customers, even if it was just to ask, "How can I help you?" or "Would you like something else?" One of her coworkers, Laura, noticed that Anna was struggling and offered to help. Laura had been living in the city for several years and spoke English fluently. "Don't worry," Laura said with a warm smile. English can be hard, but the more you practice, the easier it will get. Let's practice together after work." And so, after their shifts, Anna and Laura would sit together, practicing English. They would go over simple phrases, and Laura would correct Anna's pronunciation. Sometimes they would watch movies in English with subtitles, and Anna would repeat the lines to improve her speaking. Every day, Anna felt a little more confident. She made mistakes, of course, but Laura was patient and encouraging. "Mistakes are how we learn," she would say. Anna began to look forward to these sessions. It wasn't just about learning the language, it was about the sense of progress she felt. She could now understand more of the customers at the cafe, and she was able to express herself with less hesitation. Slowly, her fear of speaking English started to disappear. Anna felt that she was growing, not just in language skills, but in confidence as well. As the months passed, Anna continued to improve her English. She took a formal English class in the evenings, which helped her refine her grammar and vocabulary. Her teacher, Mr. Thomas, was a friendly man who encouraged his students to speak as much as possible. "Don't be afraid of mistakes," he would say. "You learn by doing. The more you speak, the more fluent you will become." Anna also joined a language exchange group. Every week she would meet with a group of people from different countries who were also learning English. They would practice speaking, share tips, and help each other. Anna's confidence grew as she realized that she wasn't alone in her struggles. Everyone was learning, and everyone was helping each other. After 6 months of hard work, Anna felt like a different person. She was no longer afraid to speak English. She could now hold conversations with ease, understand movies without subtitles, and write emails to her boss and customers without worrying about grammar mistakes. But more importantly, Anna had gained the confidence she had lacked before. She had taken control of her life and made the decision to change her future. One day while working at the cafe, Anna noticed an advertisement on the wall. It was for a job at a company that offered international marketing services. The job required a good command of English, and Anna felt a flutter of excitement in her chest. She had always been interested in marketing, and this could be her chance to finally take the step toward her dream career. She hesitated for only a moment before deciding to apply. She had nothing to lose. A week later, Anna received an email asking her to come in for an interview. She could hardly believe it. The interview was in English, but Anna felt ready. She reviewed the company's website, practiced common interview questions, and took deep breaths to calm her nerves. The day of the interview arrived, and Anna walked into the office feeling nervous but excited. The interviewer, Mr. Harris, was friendly and welcoming. He asked Anna about her experience, her goals, and why she wanted to work at the company. Anna was nervous at first, but the words came more easily than she expected. She spoke confidently about her background and her passion for marketing. When he asked her about her English skills, Anna smiled and said, "I've been working hard to improve my English. I believe I'm ready to use it in a professional setting." At the end of the interview, Mr. Harris smiled. "Anna, your English is very good, and I appreciate the effort you've put into learning. I think you'll be a great fit for our team." Anna felt a wave of relief and joy wash over her. A few days later, she received the job offer. She couldn't believe it. She had done it. She had learned English, and now she was starting her dream job in marketing. As Anna sat in her new office on her first day, she couldn't help but think about how far she had come. She remembered the shy, uncertain woman who had first arrived in the city, afraid of speaking English, and now, here she was, speaking confidently, working in her dream job, and continuing to grow every day. Anna knew this was just the beginning. The world was wide open, and she was ready for whatever came next.